Hi, this is Tom. I'm an artist at Greeting Card Universe, and this will be a lesson on how to edit your card. So if you log into GCU, you'll come up with the header on the top here, which is the artist header. It has some of the things that we are mostly use. You'll enter your area just by clicking on the Manage Store link at the top. Now at the administrative settings page, you go to your Manage Cards pull down menu under Images and Cards. At your Manage Cards page, you have two different views. You have your list view, which has all your cards in order that you the last one you submitted is the first one you see, and all the way to the end. You can also select tile view, which will put 4 across. Same thing, the last one you submitted will be the first one that you see. To do the editing, let's stay in list view. Now you can see there's several things that we can edit while we're here. I can edit the title, the keywords. I can modify the finish. I can make it a featured card. I can make it a private card. Couple things I can't adjust is I cannot change the artist notes, and I cannot change the note to reviewer. But let's just do some changing of the things that we can see here. So let me click on, let's say for instance, I really should have put another term in here that described the card that maybe makes it a little bit more distinct. So I'm going to put the word old in there because I know some people, they say, well, I want an old July 4th card. So I'd really like to have my title indicate that, since I know that the title, the words that are in the title are the most important words that are used by search engines on the site and on the internet. I'm also going to notice I do have it down in the keyword area, but let's just make sure that that gets there properly. So I'm going to hit a Save Changes and make sure the title gets changed. Okay, July 4th Old Nostalgic Vintage Flag. Alright, let's change some keywords. Now there's a few things I could probably add into that are not there. I could add 1930s because this, I happen to know this card is from the 1930s. I could also add black and white, and I could also add the word photo. I could also add the word photograph. I think that's enough. I may think of more, and I know now how I can go back and change it. So let's go down and we can do a save change. Alright, so now I have additional keywords in there. I still have room to do more. If I wanted to change this to a featured card, I could click that. Now if I happen to know if I click it, I'll probably get an error. It says I've already got 15 cards featured in my store. So I would have to make one of my other featured cards a no before this would accept it as a yes. Card finish, just a matter of just clicking it and it'll toggle between one or the other. I'm going to keep it glossy. I could make it a private card. If I click it, it just puts it in my private gallery. If I say no, it puts it back in my public gallery. So pretty simple. Okay, let's take a look at how to change the inside text. Somebody had mentioned to me that they saw some conflict in the lettering on one of my cards. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. You can see that the G and the L is overlapping a little bit on that font. If I look at the large view, you can see sure enough there is overlap, and this is exactly the way it would be printed. So it looks like I really need to pick a different font. So I'm going to close this, go into here, and kind of look at some different options for various fonts. Okay, that one looks clean, but you know, it doesn't have that nice little style that the older vintage card has. Let's look at this Edwardian one. I know I got to probably go a little larger on those. See what that one looks like. Large view. Well, everything looks nice and clean there. It's actually using a very similar style to my front of the card, so I think I'm going to keep that. Alright, so that's a basic way that you can double check, and you can even go in and edit some of the wording here. If you'd like to, you can spell check. Again, old-fashioned, has a hyphen that it doesn't like, so I can say ignore it and then click here to accept the changes. So everything's looking good. Got the font in the correct setting here, big as I can get it. Hit save. I'm happy with that new arrangement, and hit return to my cards. Okay, so that's how we can edit some of the information in the edit area. The card details, we've edited the inside text, and now let's do an image change. So after I uploaded my images, I realized it didn't have a good punch to it. So I went back and colorized in a little bit of it, and I decided, okay, I'm going to do a change image on this card. In order to do a change image, you really have to upload your replacement image first. So you do that by using the normal create a card process. Okay, I went into my directory and I've selected the file that I'm going to use to replace the first one, and I'll upload that now. Okay, it uploaded and it's now in my space, kind of next to the one that I had originally put up there. Now I want to use this one to replace the one that I have on the card that I just submitted. Okay, I go back over to my manage card space, and now I know I have my new image in the upload area, so let's hit this change image link. It brings up the card image detailed page, and here you can click on the change image right below the original image. This brings up a little pop-up window where you can select a card from your upload space. I'll select the new one, and you can see it popped in and replaced the one that I had there originally. That looks good. I don't want any other changes. I can just hit save change. And there it is. It replaced the original image. Now, you really got to be careful with this change image too. Just like the inside verse, you can make a mistake. But more importantly, the really reason that you want to do this change image is mostly if you find some errors on your front of your card, like a spelling error or some kind of issue with the graphics itself. It's not something you want to really use unless you're trying to do something that can correct a mistake in more cases than not. So that's all that's to it for making changes on a card that you have in your store.